On this 50-point inspection from Beer Tree Brew out of Johnston City, New York. Johnston or Johnson City, something like that. Johnson City, New York. I got their Brain Stew. This is a double New England style IPA coming in at 8.3% ABV. This beer was canned on November 3rd, 2022, so at the time of this inspection, it will be about 7 weeks in the can. So let's go ahead and crack into this one and do some inspecting. Very tight, frothy like head, white in coloration. The beer itself is a nice milky orange and yeah, opaque. Some aromas. So there's like sweet melon to berry notes from afar. Sweet, a little bit of grain action going on there. Yeah, a little bit of multi-grain cereal. It's very multi-grain, like there's it's like sweet, like almost like mash water sweetness. I'd say a slight dankiness to it. There's like melon berry, maybe a slight apricot in there too. All right, let's dive in for some flavors now. First swig, cheers. All right, this is like cantaloupe, melon. There's a sweetness right up front. There is that kind of graininess. It's like a sweet grain. It's almost like if you've ever had just home brew, or if you've ever been to a place where they allowed you at a brewery to drink some of the wort. And that's just the sugars that have been converted from the starches out of the mash, out of the grain, and you got the sweet water of the wort, which eventually the yeast will turn alcohol. So this kind of has that kind of wort, sweet, grainy flavor. Almost like it's not fermented, but it is. Yeah, I'd say there's a bit of like apricot in there too. But yeah, cantaloupe, melon, a little bit of berry action, berry manilow. Slight citrusy vibe to it. I would say just like a basic citrus. It's not coming off like oranges per se, but it's in that family. Maybe not on the sweeter side of like a tangerine either. Somewhere in between like a navel orange and a tangerine. Right in the middle. All right, maybe a touch of lime. A little bit of lime with that sip. I'm not sure if this beer is going to keep like kind of evolving as it might warm or something. But for the most part, it's mostly melon, apricot, berry, slight citrus. Let's give it a score. Okay, so we are back with my score and also the Untapped. On Untapped, it says brewed with 2-row oats, wheat, and hopped with a combination of Cashmere, Rakau, and Mosaic hops. It's very soft on the palate with a heavy citrus, dank stone fruit aroma. Yeah, they don't mention melon or anything like that, but I mean Mosaic, I was picking out like berry and stuff. I think that Cashmere probably does give off melon notes. Lemon. Oh, am I on the right one? Okay, yeah. So Cashmere, lemon, lime. Like I said, I got a bit of a lime. Melon. Yeah. Okay. what I was tasting was what I was tasting anyways. It doesn't really matter what they're going to say on this. But the thing that I didn't mention, I don't think I mentioned the body feel on this. It seemed to have like a medium body. It does have a soft mouthfeel. Carbonation's kind of on the lower side. There's like little tiny carbonation prickles. That's about it. So yeah. Out of 2,834 ratings, this beer averages out at a 4.19 out of 5 on Untapped. Which that would, I'd basically round that up to a 42 on my scale, so it'd be very good. Alcohol is well hidden too. I didn't mention that. For the appearance, I'm going to give this the 6 out of 6. Aromatics, I'm at an 8 out of 10 on this one. The flavor score, down just a bit on it. I'm at a 14.5 out of 19. Body on it is fine. Out of 5 out of 5. And my overall for this beer, it's a bit odd. Like when I was like tasting stuff that tastes like unfermented wort, that's usually not cool for my palate. Some people might like it. It's like extra sugar sweetness. Melon notes pretty good and stuff like that. Overall, most of the hop flavors are decent, but this beer just kind of hits me like a 7.5, 7.5 out of 10. So for Beer Tree Brews Brain Stew, it's going to get a bumpy 41 out of 50. I'm just going to leave this as a very good beer. So I just want to say cheers. Thank you all for watching.